Okay, I think we're ready. I think we can begin. Speak, apparition.
Speak.
Yeah,
Speak.
Okay, there you go. Hello. What's up?
Hey.
When was last? What day did we do the last call? Was it a week ago? Feels like a week ago. But regardless, episode fucking 12, 15. I don't know. We're in double digits now. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah. So 15.
Fucking Spider-Man, Kiki's, and Yamadas. Those are the three. Did you watch anything else? Okay. And I watched the other Spider-Man movies in preparation for Spider-Man No Way Home. I watched every Spider-Man movie, except for Spider-Verse, because I've watched that one too many times. But yeah, so you said that Yamadas was boring and it took you a while to finish it. It took you like 5 days.
Dude.
Yeah.
I want to hear what you got to say.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you want to talk about first? I'll let you choose.
I'm talking about Yamadas.
Okay. Cool. Yamadas. So I said on the Only Yesterday episode that before we even talk about Yamadas, why does your work change to morning so often?
It's because we're in the period of people can take leave or vacation to go home for Christmas.
Yeah.
So since a lot of people are leaving, they're just putting everyone on one single shift in the morning.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. Well, that makes sense. Just curious because it seems a little ludicrous for you to be working in the afternoon and be like, hey, now you work in the morning. And it's like, but I was starting at 5. No, you don't. Not anymore.
Yeah. It takes me a little while to get used to it, but
yeah. All right. Yamadas. This is one where I don't really have much to say either. So on the Only Yesterday episode, I talked about how Yamadas was probably going to be just like Only Yesterday. It was going to be about a family just kind of hanging out and just like little vignettes of like their experiences and stuff. And the difference between Yamadas and Only Yesterday is that Only Yesterday is doing those hangout moments in the context of like it's going to service like this story and this like ultimate message that we're building to by the end of the movie. Yamadas tells you at the beginning what the message of the movie is, and then you go through this experience where you just watch them live their lives, and it's not really building into anything. It's not really going anywhere. It's just kind of you experience it right there in that moment, and it's not bad, but because you know it's not going anywhere, you're kind of like, okay, I get it. And then you check the time and you're like, oh no, I'm only halfway through. Fuck. And I'm really conflicted because I think that this is in the same pond as Only Yesterday, where like I'm too young to really connect with it to that degree. So it doesn't even resonate with me emotionally. But I don't think it's like bad or like poorly made. I just think that I just don't. Number one, I don't care. And number two, because I don't care and it's not building to anything and it's not like a plot with like a beginning, middle, and end, that makes it even less interesting and even less engaging despite me not being able to connect with the themes. If you can't connect with the themes and what it's trying to say, then it's like you're not going to have fun at all. What this movie's trying to say is like, you know, your family's going to be annoying. Your friends in your life are going to like piss you off, and not everybody's perfect, but just put up with it because no one's perfect. And that's just the way it is. And I think that's a great message. And there are some awesome moments. There are some like standout moments in the movie that resemble that, but that's not like something that right now in my life, I really like connect with a lot because my family pisses me off. So I don't really, I don't know, maybe when I have kids and when I have a wife, I'm going to look at this movie and it's going to be like, oh my God, I get it, because I deal with this every day. But I don't deal with this every day right now. I actually avoid these kind of interactions. Like being with people I don't like is like torture to me. So this movie it's a mixed bag. I don't think it's bad, but I don't think that it's for me right now. What did you think?
Well, honestly, I don't think any movie in this sort of format.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I would like it.
Okay.
You know? This episodic movie.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Some of the stories are better than others,
Mm-hmm.
but overall, I think they are pretty weak in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of them are just like unbearable.
Really?
I remember watching it, bro. Like I remember, like I watched the first like 3 fucking like short stories.
Uh-huh.
I look at the time and be like, damn, I still got an hour and 30 minutes left.
Oh my God, wow.
It was so draining. Like the movie drained me. Like that's why it took so long. And I hate postponing these episodes, but like this shit was really dragging. Like honestly, I was watching and like so I was talking to my boy about it.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, just put it on the background and just go on TikTok. I was like, no, I don't watch movies like that.
Yeah.
I refuse to watch like any like thing I want to talk about like that. So I had to fucking muscle through. Like I honestly, this is like the hardest thing I had to muscle through. I'm not even lying.
Yeah.
I had to muscle through this, and when it finished, I was so happy that I finished it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And honestly, I'm gonna say this right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just rather rewatch like Arrietty or anything else. This to me, this has no rewatchability. I don't even think when I'm old I would like this. I don't think if I have 10 kids I'll like this. I feel like this it's just this format is just not for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. I don't think it works. For me it does not work.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it'll work with different characters and blah blah, but it just didn't hit. It just did not hit in this movie. Also, the animation style I had no problem with. I thought the only thing that was funny about anything in this whole movie was the animation style and how their faces looked.
Yeah, yeah.
that would make me chuckle, but what they were doing or saying, that wasn't
okay.
Right? It was just the animation style. So the animation style gets no like minus from me. What else? But one thing I do like is how like these stories are just like short poems.
Yeah.
And it just made the story just about this poem.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think they made it in a creative way.
Yeah.
And I know that me saying that, even though I still think it's boring, but
right.
Given the poem, it would be like a 2-line poem, and then make this whole story. I think that's pretty cool and creative.
Yeah. I also thought that was I thought that was cool as well, because like when I saw the poems, I was like, oh, this is what the movie's doing. It's like adapting these poems and they like tie into the stories. That's something that I could derive more value from on a rewatch. That's why I say it's rewatchable, because on this watch, I just kind of glazed over that and I didn't pay attention to it because it was like, they were too obtuse for me to like interpret anything from them. So like if I were to rewatch it and maybe they could connect with me more. Yeah, that was something that I liked a lot. It added a lot more depth to the movie, like despite its like structure. Yeah. Yeah. I understand completely what you're saying. I watched an hour of the movie. I took one break and then I came back like a day later, or 2 days later, and then I finished it. And when I went back, I was like, okay, let's do this. Like it was a little tough, but I can comfortably say that I enjoyed this more than like Arrietty and Ponyo, and I was engaged. I did like the stories. There were things that I did find funny and things that I did find kind of relatable. One part that really sticks out to me that I like vividly remember was when the husband there's like a part where he comes home like drunk and he's like being hella rude to his wife, and his wife, she's like, do you want some tea? And she like gives him tea, and the husband's like, I didn't ask for fucking tea. And she's like, all right, I'll get you a banana. And he's like, I didn't ask for a fucking banana. And he's being like so genuinely rude, but the wife just like puts up with it because she knows that like he had a long day and that he's, you know, having a tough time, and she just deals with it. And I thought that was like really cool. And in my opinion, that's like some Only Yesterday level shit where it's like the dad like saying, you know, no, it's like that where they just put up with it, and it ties into like what the movie's saying. And I can understand some pieces of this movie and they really do resonate with me emotionally, and I do think that it's funny. I like when the grandma's gonna go like buy food, and the mom's like, oh wait, no, I need something, and the grandma's like, I'm gonna go, and she's like, no, hold on, it's I almost remember. Like I enjoyed a lot of parts in this movie. I thought the little girl's design was hilarious. I thought her face was just funny as hell. So I enjoyed a lot of pieces of this movie, and despite that, I don't really have too much to say about it. And you know, when you compare it to the other stuff that we have to talk about, especially Kiki's, oh my god, when you compare this to Kiki's or Only Yesterday, it really just is that structure of like, this is going to be a hangout movie, and if you don't vibe with the hangout, you're not gonna enjoy it at all. If you don't vibe with Kiki's hangout stuff, there's still a story there, so you can still kind of like, all right, I only care about the plot, and I only care about like the good and the bad stuff that happens, so it's a little bit more enjoyable. Same with Howl's Moving Castle, same with Only Yesterday. You know, like, this movie doesn't have a plot. It's just the hangout stuff, and if you're not into that, then it's not going to be fun. Yeah, and I don't know, I guess that's it. I guess that's all we got.
It was a tough one, man.
Yeah.
Very tough.
What did you think about like the message of the movie, like what it was trying to say? It didn't resonate with you at all? Not really. Yeah. So what would you rate this movie? Do you think this is one of those movies that's like, yeah, this sucks, like this is Arrietty NetherRealm? Gotcha. Yeah. All right.
Because I never, even with Arrietty, like, even though I didn't like it, I didn't feel like I was muscling. This was bad, man.
I see.
Like I was watching it, like, you see, I get so in tune with these movies, but when I was watching this, I was like, what am I gonna eat tonight? Like,
so we talk about with a lot of Ghibli movies where it's like, oh, I can imagine like this being someone's favorite Ghibli movie. Could you imagine this being someone's favorite Ghibli movie?
For sure.
Okay.
Someone's always gonna be in the YouTube comments typing essays about how good it is.
Yeah, of course.
After I saw Arrietty, I've seen so many comments on Arrietty being the best. I was like,
right.
I guess.
Yeah. But like, to us, Arrietty's not crazy, or Ponyo, but there are some that we watch where it's like you watch Whisper, and like Whisper doesn't connect with you, but like you get it, and it's like, okay, I truly understand like how this can resonate with someone. I can understand how this can resonate with someone as well. So it's like Yamadas. Like I understand how Yamadas can like click with someone. It's really hard for me to understand how Arrietty can click with someone. Like it's genuinely difficult for me to like grasp like how someone can say like that movie's awesome. This one,
maybe we should read those YouTube comments.
Yeah, maybe. we did read the reviews, and one of the funniest moments on the podcast, you fucking smash the refrigerator. I know. You don't remember that? That shit was funny. I watched that part. I was like, a lot of people like this movie, and you fucking I know. Oh.
But reviews, like the people on YouTube, they're just really different from the people on like reviews.
Yeah. because YouTube comments is like, I don't know. It's like the place where everybody has a voice, and it's like, I need them to see this, so I'm going to write it in the comments so they see it, and I'm going to make it long and detailed, and usually it's always stupid. And then it sucks when like you are saying fire shit, but no one sees it because it gets no likes because it's too long and you commented too late. Yeah, dude. I got nothing. I got nothing else for Yamadas, sadly. Yamadas, it's going to serve as a good thing for me to talk about when discussing Kiki and just any of these other Ghibli movies. Like Only Yesterday. I really compare it to Only Yesterday. It's like the same thing except without a story.
So it's not the same thing. And with no emotion.
In Yamadas, I think there's a lot of emotion in Yamadas.
Oh, thanks.
I don't think there's like harsh highs or harsh lows. Like, you know, the scene where she cries in Only Yesterday, or like when, I don't know, she like has like a really good victory with like the boyfriend, like in that flashback. I don't think there's like that many, you know, highs and lows in Yamadas, but I don't want to use I don't know what word to use, but I think Yamadas is going for something different. I think it's the problems and conflicts are lower scale and more contained to the family. They're not about like the grand scheme of life. It's just about the people that you live with. And I can kind of at least like rationalize it. You know, it doesn't connect with me because right now in my life, that's not what I'm into, but that's how I feel about Yamadas. And I guess we can move on because I don't really have anything else to say. I like the music. The music was nice and the animation was great. All right. This does remind me a lot of like Pompoko though. And just like other like the Takahata ones that we watch where it just doesn't really have a conventional structure and it gets kind of boring. It reminded me a lot of Pompoko in that sense. All right.
I think Pompoko's a lot better though.
Interesting.
It's just the format. I feel like their message is just the format, man.
You don't think that this, I know you said it a second ago, but I think that this format, I don't know, because Only Yesterday is kind of this format. It is like, for the most part, just a bunch of like clips.
Yeah, but it's all like connected though.
Yeah.
This one is like Only Yesterday is like linear. This one's so like it's like all over the place. Like the one like the girl gets kidnapped, and the other one like the dad's dreaming about saving his kids and his wife.
Yeah.
Or Only Yesterday is like a clear focus point.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. If they could have had this, imagine they had this same movie animation, blah blah, but just like a story. Even though I give respect for them doing something new.
Yeah.
I failed to mention, but I give Ghibli props for being creative. This is different. I've never seen nothing like this. Mm-hmm. Props to them for doing it, and but for me, this is not for me, you know.
Yeah, I completely get that.
Honestly, I want to see another movie in this format and see how it if I would like it somewhere else, you know.
Yeah, because I think there are a lot of movies that are in this format, and I think that there are other ones that you might resonate with a lot more. Yeah, and you know, you were saying about like the like it doesn't really tie together. That's another thing why I kind of try to give it slack, because I feel like maybe it does, given the poems and like what the meaning of the poems are, and maybe they all intertwine in this kind of way, to where it does feel like it has more purpose. It's all about purpose, you know. It's all about whether you feel like what you're watching like means anything in the grand scheme of the entire movie. And I felt like with Only Yesterday, you know, I said with that movie where, you know, it doesn't feel like all the memories are validated with like the ending, and it doesn't like, not every memory builds to this like ending that we see, and not all of it is necessary. And I felt the same way with Yamadas, but Yamadas felt like more like I'm just not getting it, versus Only Yesterday where it was like, maybe maybe you could like just straight up cut this one out of the movie and it wouldn't change anything, you know? Yamada's, maybe there is a little bit more intent, but I just don't know. So it's weird. It's weird. We can move on though. 6 out of 10. That's what I'm giving Yamada's. Maybe it'll go higher one day.
I gave it a 3.
All right. So Spoopy Man or Kiki's? Up to you.
Do Kiki's.
Okay. Kiki's. I fucking loved this movie a lot more on my second viewing. I have a lot to say, but should I begin or should you begin?
You can go.
Okay. So when it comes to bless you, this movie connected with me so much on my second watch. Like I love, you know, this is in the same vein as Porco, where it's like a movie that feels so real and feels so like just like this world. Every part of it feels real and genuine. It doesn't feel like I'm watching a movie. It feels like I'm just in a universe. Like I'm just sitting there, like part of the world and where its characters are. That's how I felt about Only Yesterday, Howl's Moving Castle, fucking what else? Porco. That's how I feel about those movies, and that's how I feel about this movie. But with this movie, it connects with me so much more because the plot is intertwined with that like real, genuine, like look at this world, look at what's going on. I fucking vibed with that a lot because it's just about this girl that wants to, pursue her passion. It's kind of like in our world, like someone going to college or, turning 18 and leaving the nest. And I really empathize with that. I can really connect with that a lot more right now, especially doing YouTube and being like an artist, right? Kiki's thing that she chooses to do is her delivery service. And she meets the other girl that's like flying in the beginning, and she's like, oh, what do you do? And she's like, oh, I'm a fortune teller, and like this is my town. And Kiki has her own town, and she has her own thing going on. And when you are when you're doing something in life, especially when you're like, pursuing a career path, there are so many ups and downs. There are so many like moments where you're happy, and then moments where you're sad, where you start to feel skeptical of whether what you're doing is even worth it, whether it's even there's even a point to doing it. And I feel like this movie captures the ups and downs of it so well. I was invested in this movie from like the beginning to the end because it just felt so real. It wasn't like a movie trying to tell me like a story. It felt like I was just spectating like a real life scenario. Like you think about your life and you think, man, my life could be a movie. That's how I felt like when I was watching this movie. I felt like I was just watching someone's life. I didn't feel like I was watching a movie with like a beginning, middle, and end. I felt like I was just watching this girl go through her life. But the way it's structured and the actual events that take place do amount to a story. There is a beginning, middle, and end. And that's what I loved about it. I have trouble explaining this one because the way it makes me feel is unlike any other Ghibli movie. But it connects with me a lot, and I have a lot more to say about specific things. But generally, I thought it was pretty fucking amazing. I think this movie connects with me a lot in many ways, even more than the first time. What did you think about it?
Well, the movie didn't really connect to me like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I kind of felt like... I kind of feel like this movie is just kind of mid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I didn't think anything going on was really interesting.
Gotcha.
I don't even know. I have more to say about Yamadas than this one. This one was just kind of like a ride that I just didn't enjoy.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
That's how I can really sum it up. But you know,
it's very simple. It's a very simple movie.
So, it's not even the simplicity that takes away. It's like I don't know. I just wasn't feeling this one. You know.
Yeah.
I think I gave myself high expectations for this. Looking at the cover art, and because I watched Yamadas, I was like, okay, Kiki's better be fire. You know.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm being a little unfair, but
that's okay.
I don't know, man. I just wasn't feeling this one.
That's completely understandable.
I did enjoy Kiki, and I did like the part where it was like she lost her powers, and it was like, well,
yeah,
it's talking about like how to take her mind off and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I thought that was cool, but I feel like the climax. I found out that the climax, I don't think it's part of the original book.
The blimp.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of just like. I thought that shit was just like thrown at you for like just like this ending. I don't know. I feel like the ending was kind of. I feel like the ending was the weakest part of the entire movie.
I
feel like
think I agree.
Thing just came out of nowhere, and it was like, I gotta save him. And I was like, oh, she's gonna use the powers to save him. Instead of finding like a genuine like thing to like take her mind off of flying, and then finding it like somewhere else other than I have to save this guy's life. You know, like I feel like they could have done it in like a simple way for like this simple movie. You know, rather than it being like, if I don't use my powers now, he's gonna die. You know. That's how I kind of felt. Like, you know how the girl with the painting. I forgot what she said, but I forgot how she said. She said she couldn't paint. And I don't know how she regained her powers to paint. But I thought it was gonna be like that, kind of like a slow burn. Yeah. You see her live her life without it, and then it come back naturally. But this one, I feel like this ending was like kind of forced.
I see. I think that the giant action set piece of like the blimp breaking was not really necessary. I didn't really need that for a movie like this, just like a hangout movie. But when watching it, I didn't feel like it was forced. I just felt like it was kind of exaggerated in like an anime way that I wasn't really like into. I want to like go back and look at it to see like why I didn't feel like it was forced. Like what happens in between that time. Oh yeah, because it's okay, I remember it. She went back to the grandma's place, and then the grandma gave her a gift, and it like kind of got a pep in her step and made her feel good. The thing at the end of this movie, like the whole like second half, when she's doing her deliveries and then she goes to like the granddaughter, and the granddaughter's like, fucking bitch. She's like, it's wet. And she's like, yeah, it's your grandma's thing. And she's like, give me that. And she's like, can you sign this? That just puts her in such a bad mood, because the girl like makes fun of her and she makes her feel so bad in such an indirect way. And it like invalidates everything that Kiki did for her. Like she went out of her way to make the fucking cake and to deliver it in the fucking rain. And this girl just kind of sullied her career. She kind of made fun of like her delivery service, and it really fucking hurt her feelings. It's like, okay, well, like if people don't care about what I do, then what's the point of me even doing what I do? And that's why she stops doing the delivery service, and why she doesn't want to talk to the boy or like hang out with his friends. And she only gets back into her groove when there's like a positive force in her life. So when the girl in the woods comes, she comes and she's like, fucking, like, you know, she says hi, and they like have tea and they hang out, and you know, she gives her like positive reinforcement and like brings her self-esteem back up. And that really connects with me, because I've experienced both sides of that coin. Like one of the reasons why this movie connected with me is because when I really love the part where the granddaughter like is mean to her, and then Gigi's like, do you want to still go to the party? Like we could still go to the party. And she's like, she doesn't even say anything back to Gigi. She's like, no, I don't even want to go. And she just goes home and she just goes to sleep. And the girl's like, the dude's outside, you can still go. Like I've had that experience where like I was invited to something, or like I was going to go do something with someone, and then I just like bail out last minute because I'm like in a bad mood because of stuff like that, you know, because because someone like said something to me that pissed me off and like made me upset. And I think this movie handled that really well. And I think the reason why she gets back her pep back in her step is because the people that she positively impacted with her job reminded her that her job does have value. And if her job has value, then her powers come back, because the spirit of her being a witch thing came back because she got her spirit back, because the people that motivated her to do her job in the first place motivated her again in the ending. So I didn't feel like the ending was too forced. That's basically what I'm trying to say.
See, everything you're saying is making sense, but at the same time, when she does get the pep in her step, but and they pull out the, I seen this shit coming a mile away. He was if I can look, it's the boy. He's stuck in the rope, and she runs outside, and she like sits on the thing. She's like, start crying. It's like,
yeah.
I feel like if she got that pep in her step, she like found her value within her job, she would have just took off. But I feel like the movie made it seem like, I need to do this now. That's how I felt.
Okay.
Everything you said makes sense though, but
yeah.
I feel like the movie doesn't portray it that way.
I see. I understand. But
it's like it's like in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Vegeta, like when he sees Goku go Super Saiyan beat Frieza and shit, he goes off for like months to a different planet, and he's just sitting there in the rain, like staring up in the sky. That's like him. I see that as like him genuinely like finding it within himself naturally how to like go Super Saiyan, right?
Right.
Like that anger, that shit's burning inside of him, and like he found it within himself. Whereas, imagine it was like, oh no, I gotta fight Cell. It's like,
right.
It would be whack. That's how I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like Kiki just pulled that whack card.
I see.
I feel like that was a great analogy.
Yeah, that was a great analogy. That was a great way of describing it. I did not feel that way when I watched the movie. That wasn't the interpretation that I derived, but I do agree that it did kind of feel off the way they executed that scene, where it was like, I have to try to use the broom, and like I have to like, you know, attempt it, and it wasn't just intuitive, you know. But I mean, in the same way that like when you're, you know, if you're comparing it to like painting, and you're like, you know, and I were to compare it to making videos, like it's not going to be intuitive. When you're in a funk and you're trying to get out of that funk, you do have to try. You do have to like attempt, you know. It's not, you don't just get your pep back in your step like that. I don't know, unless you're like Vegeta and you wait like 6 months, but I think it's okay for what this movie is. I think the fact that she's young and she's like indecisive, and she, you know, she doesn't know everything about herself entirely, so it's completely understandable that she doesn't like immediately like, I know that my spirit is like pure, especially since like, you know, the movie implies that she still goes through that from time to time, right? The painter said that she still goes through it, and times are still bad for her sometimes, where she has to go on her walks in order to get her painting back, and Kiki probably still loses her powers like occasionally here and there. So, you know, I think that one was all right for me. And there, you know, there's a lot of things in this movie that connected with me because of things that I'm going through right now. You know, you talk about like ocean waves and how it relates to your life, and this movie really relates to my life like a lot. Like when I do my delivery driving, the experiences that she has in this movie, I experience like on a daily basis. People being rude to you, being ungrateful as fuck, when you do so much for them. Not even just like through delivery service, but just through anything. Anything you do in life, any career that you choose, is going to be a service to other people. And when people invalidate that, it fucking hurts. It fucking hurts, man. If you invalidate someone's career, you're invalidating like their existence. They spend every day working on that. And for you to like scoff at like them trying to do something for you, it's the most painful thing in the world. And that's when she just gets depressed, and she doesn't, you know, lash out in anger like fucking Eren and Tales from Earthsea. She doesn't kill her dad or anything, but she she gets depressed, and you know, there's that meme of her. She goes to her bed and she just flops on the bed because she's sad. You know, she's unhappy, and I've been in that situation before. It's tough, and I just resonate with that a lot, and I resonate with what the movie is doing before that as well, because it's building to this so naturally. She gets to the city and she's so excited when she gets to the city. She's so happy. She's like, oh my God, I'm here. Like, all right, let's go. I'm ready to do this. And then she's like, I love when she lands and she's like, my name is Kiki. I'm a witch and I'd be very happy to be in your town. And then everybody's just like, all right, bye. And everyone just like walks away. And her expression, the way it fades away is so, oh my God, it's so sad. And then the cop like comes at her and like pisses her off. And then she has her packed lunch that her mom made for her and she doesn't even eat it. And she's like, maybe we can go find another town. Like maybe we can do something else. Like I empathize with that so much. Like I connect with that entirely, where it's just like, is this even worth it? Like, should I even be doing this? This movie was really hit home for me in many ways. It connects with my YouTube stuff a great deal. It connects with my everyday life a great deal. And I thought there were other things that I liked a lot too. Is there anything else that you want to say before I go on other things?
No, you can go on.
Okay. I wanted to bring up, there were a couple other things. First off, Gigi. I love Gigi in this movie. I thought Gigi was really cool. It really just felt like that voice in the back of your head, like that positive voice that like wants you to get back going on your feet, but like you just can't because you're in such a bad mood. I thought Gigi was a very good like resemblance of that. And I love how Gigi stops talking like halfway through the movie, and you think that's like the Porco moment where like Porco turns back into human and you're like, why did he do that? What happened? And this is that moment in like this movie where like you don't fully get it, but it means something. It's not like Spirited Away where it's like, oh, is your mom a piggy? Like, which one is she? And it doesn't mean shit. It means something in this movie. What it means is like Kiki doesn't need Gigi anymore. She doesn't need that like positive voice in the back of her head because it's in her head now, and she's good, and she's okay. She became mature, and she grew out of having like a guide. So Gigi just became like a normal cat, so she doesn't really need to talk to him anymore. And I thought that was a really good way of doing like Miyazaki doing his thing, where it's like, whoa, what is that? Like he does it all the time, and I thought that one was really cool. And you know, I wanted to compare Kiki's to Yamada's because I think Kiki's is in the same vein as like Only Yesterday, Ocean Waves, Yamada's, as like a hangout movie where they're just kind of chilling, vibing, doing their thing. But I feel like the plot is woven into Kiki's in a way that's very well done, to the point where like if you are into the hangout stuff, you're also getting a plot through the hanging out, through the vibing, through the chilling. And if I'm going to be honest, it reminds me a lot of Ocean Waves and Only Yesterday. Like those are the two things that it really makes me connect with the most. And I love movies that are hangout movies. I love movies that feel like I'm just watching a character live their life. I'm not watching a show tell me a story. I'm watching a character in the real world live their life. And that's what this movie felt like to me. It was really, really good. And I don't think you can say that about any of the other Ghibli movies, at least for me. Actually, no, hold on. Let me rephrase that. You can say that about other Ghibli movies. You can say that Spirited Away is a good hangout movie. You can say that Princess Mononoke, you know, Ocean Waves, Only Yesterday, they're good hangout movies, but the story isn't, and the plot isn't intertwined in a way where like you care about the hangouts as much as you care about the story. Like I was talking about this with JoJo and like Michiko and Hachin, where it's like, I want to see the story. I don't want to see the hangouts. When it comes to, you know, something like Only Yesterday, I was also talking about where it's like, I like the hangouts, but I don't feel like they tie in with the story. Kiki's is one where I feel like the hangouts tie in with the story extremely well. And I think that was executed so gracefully and so expertly. It just worked so well for me. And And yeah, I think that's what I got to say about Kiki's. It resonated with me a lot, you know? I don't think I actually said this, but like the reason why this movie connects with me right now is because I'm kind of experiencing this in real time, where Kiki didn't want to go to her like party, like that the dude invited her. I had like a Christmas party at like my job, and then I didn't want to go to the Christmas party because I was in such a bad mood this week. And I was just like, holy shit, like this movie is literally what I'm going through right now. And it just made me think so much more about like what this movie was trying to say, because of the fact that I was experiencing it in real time. I was like, why didn't she go to the party? And then I connected that with like the girl being mean to her and things that I'm going through in my life. And it, you know, the stuff that this movie's talking about, where with like, you know, someone being rude to you and like it just like making you break down, it ties into what I love about like Vinland Saga, Beastars, you know, fucking Only Yesterday, Tales from Earthsea. Like all those movies have that moment, you know, where someone's like rude to the main character and it just like makes them like so depressed, and it feels so real and you relate to it so much. The slapping thing in Only Yesterday is on par with like the girl like being mean to Kiki, and it works so well for me. This movie connects with me a lot. I liked it a ton.
Yeah, it's great to hear, bro.
Yeah. I don't feel this way about any of the other Ghibli movies except for Howl's. I felt this way about Howl's. But Howl's is so grand in terms of its scale that you kind of care more about the story than you care about the hanging out. But Kiki's, I feel like they're perfect together. There's an art film called John Dilma, and it's kind of a meme amongst film fans because that movie is 4 hours long and it's just about this woman cleaning her house. And it's a meme, and it's supposed to be like, oh wow, like this is a movie that like no one would enjoy, right? We're talking about Yamadas where it's like boring as fuck, and you probably think that was boring as fuck. But a lot of people say that movie is really good because it's a hangout movie where you're just watching this girl clean her house, but you're really invested in like her emotions, like as she's cleaning the house, and like you feel for the character, like you feel like you're just watching someone live their life rather than watching a movie take place, watching like a scripted, like artificial product happen in front of you. You're just watching someone's life, and then you connect with it and you're vibing with it. That's how I feel about Kiki's, and I love its world, and I love the background art, and like how everybody's like moving at the same time, and it just feels so genuine and honest and super real. It feels like I can just look outside and I can see Kiki's like happening in my everyday. I feel like if this movie was 4 hours long and it had this same level of like energy when it came to the hangouts, I'd fucking love it. Like I was sad when the movie was over. I was like, no, I wanted to keep going. Yeah. I'm sorry that I'm going on so long, but I love this movie a lot, and I just want to be able to justify why I like it. Yeah. I don't really think that there's anything wrong with it. I think it connects with me immensely. I think that it's super well executed. I think it tackles the struggle of being a human being. I don't think that this is like a movie about a certain scenario. I think this is a movie just about life in general and the ups and downs that you have to go through in life when it comes to your passions and stuff. And everyone can relate to that, you know? So I think that this is one of my favorite movies. It's one of my favorite Ghibli movies. As of now, it's above Howl's. It's, as of now, my favorite one. It's at the top of the list. Yeah. I think we can stop there. I think that's all I got to say. I think that's it.
Yeah.
I'm going to give Kiki's.
Number one.
Yeah, number one. I'm going to give Kiki's a 10 out of 10. I love it. My favorite Ghibli movie as of now, so far. We got like 4 more. We're almost done.
Almost. I gave it a 6.
Okie dokie. I gave it a 7 the first time I watched it. So this viewing was a very different experience. Yeah. All right. So, Spoopy Man. Do do do. You want to talk about Spoopy Man? Did you watch Spider-Man?
No.
No?
I'm joking. I watched it.
Oh my god, man. You scared the fuck out of me. You scared me so much, dude. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah. Da-na-na. No, it's really funny that like Kiki's and Yamada's didn't resonate with you, because the order that I was gonna go in was Spider-Man, Yamada's, then Kiki's. That's like the order that if I picked like that we would go in, but we're doing Spider-Man last when I feel like I have the least to say about this one. Do you have anything to say about it? Did you enjoy Spoopy Man? Actually, let me take that back. I have a lot to say, but I liked it the least out of like all three.
You like Spider-Man less than Yamadas?
Yeah, I feel comfortable saying that. I didn't love Yamada's, but Spider-Man pissed me off.
Okay, let's hear it.
Well, tell me what you liked about it first. I want to hear the perspective of someone that enjoyed it. Or do you want me to go off? I feel like I've been going off the whole time. I want to say my negative things in contrast to the stuff that you have to say. You know, like your positive stuff. And there were things that I liked about it. I didn't like hate the movie when I was like sitting down watching about it. So, especially from the perspective of someone that hasn't seen the first two Tom Holland movies, I want to hear what you think.
Yeah, this one made me want to watch the last one with Mysterio, Rey Mysterio. I thought the movie was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was enjoyable. I thought this movie it's more of just like a moments movie. A movie just packed in.
Yeah. Oh my god, it can tie into what we're talking about with Kiki's and Yamada's. It's like a lot of hanging out, like no story. There is a story, but it's not the focus, you know.
I think this movie, looking at people's reactions, reviews, and this is generally what people are saying online, is this movie really revives Garfield Spider-Man, right?
Oh fuck yeah, yeah. He was the best character in the movie. Like, not even as a joke.
I think him and Strange were.
Mm-hmm.
I thought every time I really like Strange now.
Yeah, I've always loved Doctor Strange. He's like the strongest character, like in these movies. He's so cool.
Yeah, Strange's cool. I'm gonna stop sleeping on him. I'm a Marvel hater. I like Dr. Fate over Doctor Strange. So
that's fair. They're kind of the same character, basically, right? They're both like wizards that are smarter than everybody else, and they're like god tier, but they don't use their powers for evil.
Yeah, Dr. Fate's cool.
Yeah,
but,
that's fair.
Yeah, Doctor Strange is cool. So let's see. The movie starts.
And you saw Avengers, right? So you've seen like Doctor Strange in those movies and what he does. Yeah, I love him in those movies. I love how he predicts. He's like, there's only one possibility, Iron Man. One. Yeah.
So how does the movie start again?
The movie starts with Spider-Man being recognized. Yeah, like everybody knows that he's
go to MIT.
Yeah.
And blah, they get rejected.
Mm-hmm.
There's bad things happen in Boston. And,
people in our theater reacted.
This movie has a lot of good like one-liners too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so he gets recognized, MIT, rejected.
Yeah.
He finds the bitch to get him hired, to get him accepted. Then Doc Ock comes. I feel like this movie gets started fairly quickly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doc Ock comes. We already know he's coming. That's cool. We saw the trailers. And he's like, you're watching like, he doesn't know it's a different Peter Parker.
Yeah.
That's cool, right? I know they did they made him look younger.
Doc Ock?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, he looked pretty old.
He would have looked a lot older, but they made him look young. I thought he looked cool. He came. Their fight was really cool. All the cars. Doc Ock, he looks so like OP, you know.
He is really OP. He fucks people up in Spider-Man 2. He's crazy, like godlike. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, he comes. It's cool. That's when the movie like ramps up, and then, then you see Green Goblin. Mm-hmm. And it was like, and then he goes back to Strange, and then Strange. What's Strange? Strange has the box at the time, right? He's like,
I think so. Yeah.
Back. Mm-hmm. But he's like, no, you send him here, or you get him, and you deal with that Scooby Doo shit.
Yeah.
He goes, he gets Doc Ock, and then he gets Electro and Sandman. Electrode. That's Electrode, right?
No, Electro.
Oh,
Yeah. Electrode.
I thought it was Electro. Electrode. What's that Pokemon's name? Electrode. That's the Pokemon, yeah. That's crazy.
Jamie Foxx. Who's that Pokemon?
Yeah, Electrode is the Pokemon.
Yeah, so
yeah.
Electrode.
Bro, Electrode, he should be OP because like no one hits him. Like no one ever like damages him. Like in the first fight or the second fight, no one ever like hits this guy.
Yeah. The rules
you can't die.
are
die. Pure energy.
I know, they're so inconsistent because that's how it is in Amazing Spider-Man 2, where he's like a ball of energy and he can like turn into like an electric bolt. And it's also stupid in that movie. So I guess it's just part of it. It's dumb.
Hey, he's so OP, and then they get him. The Sandman. Sandman's like bugging. I like that Sandman was helping out, and then he was like, "Where do you go? What do you do?" And it's like, bro, like shut up, bro.
Wait, what are you referring to? With Sandman.
When Sandman was helping him out initially, and then when he zaps Electrode, I'm calling him Electrode.
Okay.
Then Sandman's like, "Where'd you go? What do you do? Did you kill him?" I'm like, "Bro, shut up, bro." And then he zapped Sandman. I'm like, "Yeah, fuck Sandman."
Yeah.
And then you know how they didn't. Why? I was gonna ask you, why didn't they have like the Sandman, just the dude himself, at the like beginnings, the middle?
I don't really know. I was talking about it with Lewis, and he was saying like maybe it's not even the dude's voice, like when he's talking. Like the reason why he's not there is because he wasn't there on set. Like he wasn't there. But then he pops up at the end, and it's like he's in a. So it's like, okay, what?
You didn't want to do the other scenes, bro. All you do is stand, bro. Like,
yeah, I don't know. Like there's all this stuff with like the girl from Black Panther. She doesn't want to film Black Panther 2 because she has to like travel, but she doesn't want to get vaccinated, and people are getting mad at her. Maybe it's like the same situation. Maybe they just couldn't get him. That's happening with a lot of film productions where it's like, yo, we need you to come in to like Arizona, and he's like, I can't go to Arizona right now, and it's like, please. It's like, no. And it's like, so maybe it was a situation like that. Maybe it's just kind of that kind of production issue, and it's stupid though, because him with the green shirt and like the pants are so cool. It's like iconic. Yeah.
Yeah, I was happy to see him when he came at the end. But yeah, moving on. I thought the Spider-Man versus Doctor Strange thing was cool.
That was like the best scene in the movie for me. It was like the most visually engaging like part. I was like, whoa.
That was cool. And Spider-Man stops him, and everyone's like, Spider-Man, just let them die, right? Everyone at the theater, at least, was like, just let them die.
Really? That's how your theater was? Okay. Yeah.
And I was like, bro, who fucking cares? But it's Spider-Man. With great responsibility, great power.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, how do you feel about that? Like, does that...
It doesn't get me mad. It gets me mad, but it makes sense. So I'm not like, this makes no sense.
Does it make sense? Like, if you save them, is it going to affect their timeline? Is it going to be like Steins Gate where they all have their own dimension or something? Or are they all... Like, what's going to happen? Like, if they survive,
I don't think that matters. It doesn't matter, but...
Okay. You know, like stories where someone
they continue to live.
You know how Steins Gate is like about like this girl has to fucking die and like it's fate, like she has to die. You know how Steins Gate is like about that kind of, and like it feels so easy in this movie. It feels like there are no trials and tribulations, even though they're fucking with time and space. It's like you shouldn't just be able to save someone like that and then they just get to go back home like scot-free. It feels very weird.
Yeah, and that's why I think it's never going to get explained.
It's never going to get explained.
Regardless, they should go back and still be dead.
Mm-hmm.
But what the movie is telling you is no, they went back and they never fought Spider-Man.
It's really confusing because like the moral from a moral standpoint, do you think that Tom Holland should save people from a different dimension that like are destined to die? Like I don't know. Like I can't even wrap my head around that. Like would I help someone that's going to die in a different dimension? It's not even my dimension.
This is why we need Dr. Fate. a real doctor.
Yeah, I feel
a real doctor. One thing I like about Dr. Fate is that Fate, you know, like he don't mess around with that shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If Dr. Fate was in this movie, he'd be like he would fucking smack Spider-Man.
Yeah, I know.
To make him die, but it is weird. It makes no sense.
It feels.
They're telling the viewer to just assume that everything just went right and perfect.
Right. Yeah.
It's like
it's just now hard for me to accept.
The other Spider-Mans, but it's like they now know that they got saved. So when they go back, do they go back to the time when they fought, or is it just all reset? Right?
I think.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, because the lizard dude was in the first Amazing Spider-Man, right?
Yes.
And the Electro was in the second.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like when they go back, it's like, and when Spider-Man is now aware of what just happened, does he go back to when Electrode was about to die, or when he was about to die, or does he just go back to like the beginning of the start of the movie? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think in Avengers Endgame, they established that the way the time travel operates is like if you change something, it's like Steins Gate. If you change something, it's just going to start a new timeline. So Doc Ock still dies, but he also survives because it's like survival Doc Ock is in his own timeline, and then dead Doc Ock is in this timeline. But it's like...
So does the Spider-Man go back to the dead? I'm assuming he goes back to the alive Doc Ock. So that begs the question, did they
Tobey Maguire? Like, Tobey Maguire, does he go back to alive Doc Ock? Like, since Doc Ock...
Yeah, so he didn't die. So now he's alive. So that begs the question, does he go back to his dimension with just him alive, or when they, like, were fighting?
Right.
Because they're like, I was just going to die, then I came here. So is he going to go back to the dimension randomly? Because it doesn't work like that in Steins Gate.
It doesn't work like that in Steins Gate, and I don't think it works like that in the Marvel movies, and it doesn't really make sense because even if they save them, they're causing like a multiversal rip, and that's like a conflict in this universe. Like in Steins Gate, it's like, oh, we just created like 7 different world lines. Who gives a shit? But in Avengers, it's like, yo, we can't be having that. Like you can't create different like universes. Like it's an issue for this kind of universe, and it just kind of happens. And there are events that transpired in Loki. Okay, so oh my god, the MCU is so fucking complicated. So in Loki, there is a character named Krang or Kang. I don't remember the dude's name, but there's a bad guy in Loki who has been dictating the universe's like outcomes. He basically is like Rick from like Rick and Morty, but he's making sure there's only one timeline, that like one master timeline that like operates. And he's like, I'm the only Krang, and like we can't have like too many Krangs, we can't have too many Lokis. It's gonna make things like a lot more complicated than it has to be. So his job was to like delete all the other like timelines. And I think at the end of Loki, the multiverse like spurses, which is why in this movie, I guess narratively it's fine for that to happen. But it's still lame, even if it makes sense, because it's so low stakes. Like if you can just save if you can go back in time and save people, then like that doesn't that delete the purpose of like the whole go back in time or like go between alternate dimensions kind of stories. You know, you want to kind of have some risk to like doing something as grand as that. And if you can just save anybody.
It's like in Flashpoint, you know, when he goes back and saves his mom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And by this movie's logic, he can do that. And it's like, all right, you're alive, Mom. Like if Flash was in this universe, he'd be able to do that.
Yeah, he can just go back and save Aunt May.
Yeah, and it would fuck his timeline, but Aunt May is alive. So, dude, this is so complicated. The whole point of Steins Gate is that he wants the girl to be alive in his world, in his universe, like his timeline. Even if he creates a timeline where she survives, he's like, I want to be in the one where she survives, right? So Tom Holland could bring Aunt May. Aunt May being alive in another timeline isn't like, is that not enough for Tom Holland? You know, like, because Doc Ock being alive in another timeline is okay with him, right? So it's like, are you helping Doc Ock? Because he still dies. Like, he still dies. When I watch Spider-Man 2 and Doc Ock dies at the end of Spider-Man 2, he's still going to be dead. It's not like that's changed. This is just a different world line. So who cares? It's like this movie doesn't... It's, you know? It's like, what's the point?
I don't know.
Yeah. We can keep going, though. I know we have a lot more to say. I just wanted to bring that up because I thought about it in the moment. We were talking about... I forget where we were. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, you know, Green Goblin had an outstanding performance. William Duff.
Yeah.
Great performance. You know, he threw him up, caught him.
Yeah, those were the best ones. Yeah, that was all him. Like, he was doing all that. You know, he said that if he was going to be in the movie, he wanted to do stunts and stuff. And he said, like, that really mattered for him. And if you watch the original Spider-Man movies, there's not a lot of CGI. It's a lot of, like, practical, like, you know, Power Rangers, like, fuck you, Spider-Man, like, punches him through a wall or something. And I love that. I think it's cheesy and cool.
Yeah, and what else? You know, I feel like this movie, I think they did a good job of balancing, like, what's it called?
The Hangout.
You try to please the fans.
Oh, fan service and story.
Yeah, I feel like they did a good job. You know, because they didn't stress that the two other Spider-Man here, it was like still like Tom Holland's shit.
Yeah,
and that was cool. Because they could have easily been like, have like Toby just take over. You know, like
exactly.
Like everyone came here for Toby. Let's just watch Toby. Like, beat all of them up or some shit like that. You know, it's still Tom Holland. Tom Holland still had the I'm gonna kill Green Goblin, and then, you know, his Aunt May dies. Yeah, everyone's like, yeah, bro, me too, bro. So it still feels like Tom Holland, even though they brought back everyone's favorites. I think they did a good job at that. And you know, I thought this movie going in, I knew there was, I didn't know 100%. I was pretty sure that there was gonna come, but I thought there was gonna come in like a grand way, right? But you know, he did the little shit. Then they just walked in.
Who?
When Ned first opened the portal and it just waltzed in. I thought it was cool when Andrew did it, right? Because because you don't know, you're like, oh, it's fucking I thought that was cool, right? But when that happens and then like they introduce Toby, it's like when he's doing it, it's like you already know Toby's coming, you know. Right. I wish he did it and it didn't work, and Toby just came in like later, like out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like the theater was like Garfield. I was like, oh shit, it's him, right?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Toby's coming next. Oh, Toby's coming next, guys. Get ready. Toby's coming. And they said, well, guess who it is? It's Toby. You know?
I agree.
I wish they held off on him just a tad, and he come in some like incredible fashion.
Yeah, it feels very.
They did it boring. It was boring.
It was lame. That's what I argued.
Like the first Garfield's thing was cool. All right, bro, do it. Switch it up a little, you know. Before he even does this, like, oh, here comes Toby.
I honestly think him doing this is like to find them is like stupid. I would have really just preferred if like Tom Holland was like holding off like Doc Ock or the Lizard, and then like you see a web come in, and then you hear like Tobey Maguire's cheesy ass voice go, "Oh boy," like, or some like stupid shit like that, and then Doc Ock would be like, "Peter, it's you." But wait, you're Peter. Like that would have been so cool, but you didn't get that. You got him turning around. Hey guys.
I didn't. I feel like that would have been way better. The introduction was weak, and it's like I don't like how they like. He just casually just like zapped like the 4 like main villains and just put them in a cell like that, you know.
Oh my god, it's so easy, bro. It's like a video game. It's like a Lego game.
Like, he dealt with them he dealt with Sandman within seconds.
Yeah.
Electrode in like a minute, and then like Doc Ock gave him like a little trouble, but once he got the thing, it was just like
yeah. If it was that easy, you should have fucking done that on Thanos. Just zap him with your fucking wristband, and then he'll go into jail, and you can take the gauntlet from him. It's so like stupid.
Yeah, and like and also like he could have just made their cures while they're chilling in the cell and just heal them in there.
How did they get out initially?
He was like, because like they trapped Strange and the other thing. He's like, come on guys, I'm gonna go fix you guys.
Right.
Yeah, you could have just made this. Bro, how did you think
dude.
that worked?
I think the idea. Yeah, that was holy shit, man. I didn't even think about that. You're fucking right. That's terrible. That's awful.
Bro, you just casually just let 4 main villains just like
waltz into your house.
Great.
Yeah.
You just fought Ock. You know he's a threat, even though like he had his. But fucking Electrode is so OP, bro. If he wanted to, he could just like zapped away. And
exactly.
Like, it's like, bro, just fucking come up with the cure, then go fucking heal him in the thing, bro.
You're absolutely right about that. And having them just come over his house like it's a sleepover, it makes it feel like these aren't really bad guys. Like they're just kind of you love Green Goblin. You want to see Green Goblin have some tea with Sandman? It's like, dude, these are bad guys. They're like evil. They're supposed to be threatening. They're not. They don't feel threatening at all. And when they try to be bad guys later, it feels forced because I just saw them having tea together with Aunt May like 2 seconds ago. Yeah, you're absolutely right. That was awful. It ruined it. I don't like when the bad guys don't act like bad guys. I don't like when the bad guys aren't super hyper fucking evil and then you try to make them evil later. When it's like, dude, they're evil now. Like, let them stay that way the whole movie. That was one of my biggest complaints. And that's a fucking ride your wave. That's awful. That's terrible. I didn't even think about it that way, where it's like they should have stayed in the cage. Maybe I can give the movie a little bit of credit because he was working with Willem Dafoe and he was trying to do it with Willem Dafoe, like make the cures with him. But only bring him out. Don't bring Doc Ock out.
Bro, yeah, it's like, because they're all scientists, bro. I don't give a fuck if the Lizard is a fucking like a Einstein, bro.
They didn't even bring the Lizard inside. They kept him in the fucking truck.
Then he just casually just breaks out. He didn't even know what happened. He was like, "Oh, time to go!" Like it's like he always had that in the back. Said, "I'm gonna break out of here, bro."
Yeah.
You just let that guy go.
Mm-hmm.
Like the other dude, Electro's a scientist, but he didn't do shit.
Yeah.
He just sat there talking to him, man. He got the thing. I don't like this, bro. Like, like you can't for no reason.
Yeah.
Sandman is not even a scientist. Why'd you bring him? He's just a fucking Isgara. He's a threat, dude.
Because the fans want to see him. Because the fans just want to see Sandman just sit around.
It makes no sense. It's like, oh my god, it's fucking Green Goblin, Sandman, Electro, and the Lizard all in one room.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is peak writing. You know?
You said that the fan service was balanced well with like the story, and that's where I disagree. I feel like
when it comes to the fans, no, but I feel like the Spider-Man's interactions, yeah.
Okay, yeah. When it comes to that, I do feel like that's pretty decent. But that's a major contrivance in service of fan service, and that's stupid. I don't think you should have done that. But
yeah, and then going back to that, Aunt May dies.
How did you feel about that?
I can't really judge because I don't. This is my first time watching Tom Holland movie.
Yeah, that's yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't care, so I don't really have I don't really have a point, but I like how Goblin's like sneaking his bombs and shit too. Like I like how he snuck it in the box and like.
Mm-hmm.
I like how she died. She got rammed by a fucking thing. It's like by his little flying thing.
I didn't even remember that. I thought it was just like a rock like hit her and she like bled. Wow.
No, she got blitzed by his flying saucer.
Oh, damn. Yeah. I completely forgot that. Wow.
Yeah. And then, Goblins takes off laughing. That was whatever. And then that scene where he's like all beat up in the rain, and then the dude, the J. John Jameson is like, Spider-Man blew up this building. He's just like, mad as shit. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that shot was nice. Where it was like, Jonah.
And then that's when the shit happens.
Yeah. So I gotta say real quick about Aunt May's. Actually, no. We'll finish and then I'll go back to that because we kind of need the context of everything else.
Then he does the thing. Garfield comes. When Garfield came, I was really happy. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
I like Garfield. I didn't like the movies, but I like Garfield. He's not really Spider-Man to me because he's like a supermodel playing Spider-Man. But you're not a nerd, but he's dressed as a nerd.
He's not a nerd, but he has that cockiness that at least I associate with Spider-Man. I feel like he does that the best.
I feel you, but I feel like his look is like when I look at him, I was like, I'm not looking at Spider-Man.
Oh,
you look
yeah,
too cool to be Spider-Man.
That's true. Yeah, that's
fair. Yeah, like you guys made him skateboard and wear like baggy clothes to make him look stupid. But even within all that, he's like the best looking guy in the school. Like, yeah, he's definitely a fucking nerd, right? Whatever. He came in, I was like, oh, that's cool. I like Garfield, right?
Yeah.
And then they did the who are you? And they told Brad, and he's like, oh, and when they was like crawl around, he's like, crawl around. I thought
Wait, what? I don't even remember that joke. What are you talking about?
They was like when he was like hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
It was like it was like crawl around. He's like crawl around.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
That was funny.
I don't know why. I feel like the fucking is that dude Chinese, Ned? Whatever his name is.
I think
like Vietnamese.
Yes, I think he's.
I don't know why his mom was talking so much.
Because it was funny. Because watching people who don't speak English is funny.
It's like, shut up, bro.
Yeah.
That's how. And she was talking a lot.
How did people in your theater react? Because that's supposed to be like a laughing thing. You're supposed to find that funny.
They were laughing, so I guess I guess something's wrong with me.
No, nothing's wrong with you. It's not funny. People who don't speak English is not funny just because they don't speak English. That's literally what people. I feel like that's the joke. It's like, haha, she's speaking Chinese and moms do that. It was like, oh my god.
All the fucking Asian, all the Chinese people are like, yo, that's so relatable, bro. Like,
yeah, it's so paper thin.
Yeah, and then Toby comes in. I'm like, oh, you got me there. It's like I said it's like early, but it's like, oh, Toby's here. The same exact way Andrew came.
Yeah.
And it's like when he came, it was like it felt so unreal. It's like, holy shit, he is here, you know. And then you know, they were like, they did a little web sling thing. They did a backflip. I was like, oh, you're Spider-Man, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. And then I was gonna say later, I like how they bring up the fact that he shoots the webs out his arms, his wrist.
Yeah.
And I like how like he's like, I don't want to talk about it. It's like the movie saying like, I don't want to talk about it because it didn't make sense. It makes no fucking sense.
Yeah,
so we're not going to talk about it, right?
Yeah.
So that's like an inner joke. I feel like a lot of people in the theater didn't get that shit, but
really, a lot of people in my theater like were people not laughing like during that whole exchange?
No.
Really? Like, wow.
I chuckled. Because I got it, you know?
I got that too. I completely understood that. Because Spider-Man doesn't do that. He's the only spider piece of media that like shoots jizz out of his arms, and it's really weird. It's funny. Yeah.
I like how they did that. That's cool.
Speaking of Spider-Man, just like Kiki losing her powers when she got depressed, in Spider-Man 2, he lost his powers. And they were like, do you ever have to refill it? And he's like, well, kinda. It's weird. I thought that was funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kind of skipping forward, but you know the great scene where everyone thinks it's great. I don't really think great, but fucking Zendaya falls. Tom Holland, I'm gonna save you. Then Tom Holland gets pushed, right? Mm-hmm. Garfield goes, catches her. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. That's a really cool scene.
I feel like they executed that shit. It was pretty whack.
Really? Elaborate. What do you mean by like the execution?
She falls. It's like, oh my god. Everyone's like, oh, it's just like Gwen. And then she falls. Tom goes. It's like, oh, Tom's gonna save her. She gets smacked, right? And it's like everyone immediately knows this is Garfield's time, right? Right. I wish it was like more like into it, like how Gwen died. It was like where he jumped. It's like the camera zoomed into his face. Right. The web going in slow motion. Mm-hmm. The web's like opening up.
Exactly.
And then like time speeding up, and he's like, they slow it down, then time speeds up when she's falling in. Yeah. And he shows him going. And I wish it was like more like how Thing died, because this one was just like he jumped.
Yeah. It was very brief.
It's cool, but it's executed. It was whack as fuck. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Okay. That shit was whack as. It was literally he was like.
Right. I completely.
And the other one is like
Gwen. And then and there was a lot of cool stuff where like when she like died, the clock like stopped moving.
Like the clocks are speeding up, slowing down. Mm-hmm. The camera's like, bro, when the camera zooms into his face, it's like, because you know how his suit, like the ridges are like really like, I love how his suit looks, but
me too.
And it's like it zooms his face, and because I would just watch this shit. Yeah, I love the way it is over here in Amazing Spider-Man 2. But this one, it's like they didn't have time to like do this. It was like, yo, we gotta put this in.
The purpose was fan service. The purpose was to be like, hey, look, Andrew saved MJ, and it's not about.
You know what's funny? Right. They did it, and I feel like I'm the only one complaining about this shit. In the theater, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But when I thought about it, I was like, no, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't see anyone else saying that shit.
No, I don't think anyone else. To be honest, like I accept it for what it is, the novelty of like, oh, he got to save MJ. Like that's pretty cool in and of itself. I don't know if like they could recreate. No, you're right. It wasn't as like. I think it was more just about the shock of like, oh my God, MJ's gonna die. Oh my God, Andrew saved her. And I think the immediacy of that and like how snappy it is and how like they don't focus on it too much. I think in the scene with Gwen, it's like, is he going to save Gwen? Oh my God, he's not going to. Oh my God, he's not going to save her. Holy shit, he's not going to make it. Oh my God, he didn't make it. I think it wouldn't translate that well if they tried to like cut and paste that execution onto this.
But hear me out, right? Imagine this time when I was going to say Squacy, that's crazy. When MJ is falling. Now, like, imagine they did it in this cinematic way, right? Where, like, he's going to go save her. But now, like, this time, he did it a different way instead of just trying to web her. Like, maybe, like, he learned a different way to save someone from falling. Right. And, like, now he used it in this way. That would have been such, like, a character moment.
Oh, like, that would have been so good.
and you like no, you wouldn't even he wouldn't even have to bring it up. It was like you would get it, you know, like instead of just like man, he like did some other shit.
Right, yeah.
You know? I feel like, bro, and I even
that's a wasted opportunity.
I feel like they wasted it. That would, because you know when he's crying and shit, it's like, oh my god, he's crying, like oh my god, it really hurt. It's like that's a cool character moment, but like
it could have been crazier.
It could have been like, what the fuck, like yo,
yeah.
Like bro, he really like Gwen's death really hurt him so bad that he learned a different way to solve like
exactly, yeah.
Save someone. That's how I feel, and I was gonna bring this shit up. It's like it's so cool, like watching the Gwen one over the other.
Yeah.
Actually, like,
yeah.
You know, I thought that shit was wacky shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was cool because he's crying and shit, but
right.
When I think about it, it's like, bro, what the hell?
The fan service overrides the movie. It overrides the plot and stuff.
Yeah, I like that he's crying and shit. That's cool,
but that's not enough.
It's like, oh, I feel so bad for him. Gwen Stacy, like
right. Fan service is not enough to drive a movie. You can't just show me shit that's cool. You have to do it in a cool way, you know. And
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm done.
And in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, it's like he's when he's holding on to his sling.
Yeah.
Web, I mean, like he is one with his foot stopping the clock or the rotors in the clock from moving.
Right.
So he has her held. His foot is stopping the rotors, and Goblin is like in his face. It's like some real Spider-Man shit. He's doing all this at the same time, and that's how Gwen dies.
Right.
Like this one, there was like, imagine if he was like fighting Sandman and like push Sandman out the way and just jumped. You know.
Exactly. Yeah.
He was just like chilling. He's like, oh shit. I was just doing something in the meantime. Imagine he was fighting Sandman, like fucking like
or Lizard
in Sandman's chest,
and
like pushed him over and then like dived to her.
That would have been so cool. And I feel like you have moments like that in like Infinity War where you have action that is telling a story where like the characters and the way they're fighting is like telling a narrative through their actions rather than like the movie like just saying it. I don't feel like any of that is in this movie. I don't feel like you get any of that through any of these fights, at least not in my opinion. I feel like the fights are just kind of like just two fucking sacks of meat hunking at each other. That's how I felt. That's and what you're talking about right now is reflective of just how this movie treats all of its encounters, like when it comes to the battles. So like whatever.
I was gonna say there's one more thing. Like in the scene, Garfield, he's getting choked out by Goblin while he's doing everything else, you know. So it's like, I wish he was like, I'm just picturing like him just fighting Sandman. It's like, look, oh, she fell. Get the fuck off me, Sandman! Fucking pieces him up and then like jumps, you know. But he starts crying. That's cool. It's like, oh my god, he still remembers. He never got over it.
Yeah.
But after that, you know, the hero fucking Sandman, the hero Electro, Goblin comes.
Yeah.
I mean, Goblin's the only good part. Like, Electro is so OP. Like, how you like this?
They had to nerf him.
He's such a like. When they were like writing this shit, like, bro, we gotta like say some bullshit, bro.
I think the justification.
Like, I think for one thing, it's like no one fucking cares about him.
No one cares about him.
People probably care about the comic him, but like Jamie Foxx,
no,
and him, no one gives a fuck. People care more about Sandman.
I genuinely wish they weren't in the movie. I did not. I was hoping that Lizard and Electro would not be in the movie, but they were.
Lizard is such a weird choice.
Lizard sucks. He's fucking stupid. He's dumb. He's not. He doesn't even die at the end of his movie. He survives. So it's like, why the fuck is like who gives a shit? And he's like, oh, I have to heal Lizard. You already healed him. He's fine. It's like, what? You got to heal him again so he can have his own timeline where he's also alive? What's the fucking point? Who cares?
Why is he there, bro?
Because the fans want to see the lizard.
No one wants to see the lizard.
No one wants to see the lizard. I don't want to see the lizard. He's a stupid fucking bad guy. He looks like a Goomba from the Mario movie.
Dude, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
But anyway, Electro.
I wanted to say in defense of the Electro thing, when they put the little battery on his chest to like drain his power and it's like almost done, I think the idea was like 90% of his power got drained, so he can't do all the OP shit that he used to do in like Amazing Spider-Man 2. And then when they put it back on him, it goes boop and it like ends in a second because it was already like 90% done. So maybe that's it. I don't know.
Even before that, like when he's fighting, like no one's touching him.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't get touched at all.
Yeah, Sandman does like the fucking, I don't know what the fuck he did. Sandman did a thing. He like, I think electricity can't go outside of a tornado, I guess. I don't fucking know. And Sandman created a tornado and it like trapped him. And then I think Tom Holland did his like, I think.
No, I'm talking about like when they fight him with the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, yeah.
He's like untouched, and then he just randomly just gets like.
Yeah, by Doc Ock, right? Doc Ock does it. I think. Dude, the final fight is so forgettable. I don't remember like anything about it. Do you like? I don't even know. It's so.
Bro,
I wanted to ask you.
This movie gets carried by Doc and like.
Does it?
Doc.
I feel like Doc Ock is barely in the movie.
He is barely, but for me, Doc, Strange, Garfield, and the Green Goblin.
Yeah, I feel like they all are not in the movie enough. All of them. Even Garfield. I feel like I wanted to see more of everyone. You know?
I kind of feel like that too. But I feel like those like, yo, he saved MJ. He's good to go.
I guess so, yeah. I wanted to get some cooler moments with Doc Ock and with Green Goblin. I guess Green Goblin got the fucking WWE like suplex where he was like bashing him through walls. But Doc Ock, I mean, I don't know. I guess for a lot of people it was the fight on the bridge. I thought the fight on the bridge was kind of whatever. I thought that was just like the intro fight. I was like, okay, he'll do something cooler like later on. I don't know, man. I feel like he wasn't in the movie a lot. I feel like Doc Ock, whenever he was on screen, I was like, all right, let's go. But then he wasn't. I wanted to ask you in regards to the fights, like, I don't know if you do this, but do you ever look up fights like on YouTube? Like, I just want to watch this fight, like from Dragon Ball or something. Do you ever do that? Like, just to. Yeah. Do you ever do that with the Marvel movies? Like with Infinity War, I remember I would look up like the fights in Infinity War because I thought that they were great in that movie. But
I don't.
Okay.
But the only fight I look up from any like movie, fucking Superman vs. Zod. And that's not even like a good one. It's not even like a crazy one. It's not even that good. But I just like watching him snap his neck.
Yeah.
Even with the Batman films, I don't search them up.
Okay.
Actually, I searched up him fighting Bane for the first time. That's it.
I like watching really good. Go ahead.
Just because he gets his ass beat, that's it.
I like good choreography. When something is choreographed very well and it's got some really nice beats, I really like to rewatch the scene. You know, I feel that way for anime. I feel that way for movies. I feel like the fight with Thanos in Infinity War is like, it feels like something out of an anime. It feels like when Broly fought like Goku or something. It's just like such a cool spectacle. I don't feel that way about No Way Home. And that's why I asked you about that, because I wanted to see if you felt the same way. I'm never going to watch these fights again. I might watch the one with Doctor Strange. That was cool. That was like, I wouldn't mind sitting down and watching like a YouTube clip of like that 5-minute scene. But I don't even remember the final battle. What could you even call it a battle? Did they really fight?
Lizard?
Huh?
Bro, was the lizard even there?
See?
Like Lizard just crawled into the sewer. Like,
yeah.
But nah, bro, he was there. But I remember all I remember is Tom about to kill the
Green Goblin. Yeah, how do you feel about that? Did you like that or did you dislike that?
That was alright. Okay. It was like it's like they that was in. It was like they put that in so Toby can be the big bro and like stop him. You know.
Yeah, and I think that is like conceptually kind of cool, but you know, I kind of had the same reaction where it was like, that was okay. Like I didn't resonate with it as much as the movie wanted me to, you know? And I think that's because I'm not convinced that Tom Holland would go evil mode when that happens. Like it's a thing that happens in a lot of like anime and a lot of like superhero stories where like the bad guy will kill someone that means a lot to the hero and, you know, it'll make him feel bad. Like when Frieza kills Krillin and Goku, you know, Goku goes Super Saiyan and he gets like mad. He doesn't kill Frieza. He doesn't intend to kill Frieza when he goes Super Saiyan. He just wants to beat the fuck out of him. When Joker kills Robin, Batman doesn't kill the Joker. You know? When you know, for their origin story, like when Uncle Ben dies and like Tobey Maguire's like upset, he like goes after the dude and he gets like really fucking mad. But he doesn't kill him, and he later on learns like he's better off like not killing him, and that's when he learns that great power is great responsibility. So the whole like someone dies in close to you in life, and then you like, do you exact vengeance or do you like, you know, just like put them to justice? That conflict usually happens at the beginning of their arcs, so that every story from then on they know great power means great responsibility. I think it's so weird because I've watched Tom Holland in 5 movies. I've seen this nigga express great power means great responsibility so many times that to me, if Aunt May fucking dies, I don't think, if you asked me like, yo, would Tom Holland kill the person that killed Aunt May? I don't think he would. I think he'd be mad, but I don't think he'd be like I'm gonna fucking kill you. Imagine at the end of do you remember like Spider-Man PS4 when like Doc Ock's like, I'm gonna fucking kill the whole city and I'm gonna like fuck everybody up. Like Spider-Man doesn't say like, I'm gonna kill you. He doesn't do that. You know? And it's like, it feels so unnatural. It feels really forced just so they can have this moment where Toby's like, it's like, it's just like, you can't force this shit, man. You can't force the fan servicey moments. You have to earn it. And I don't feel like it earns it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of lame. And that was like the big ending. Actually, no, that's not the big ending. The big ending is Tommy Holland forgetting everybody. So what did you think about that?
Again, I didn't watch the other movies. I don't care.
Okay. In the perspective that these characters are going to come back and he will remember MJ and everyone will remember him, I think that's kind of cool. In the perspective that they might not remember him ever, that would be fucking lame. That would be stupid. The relationships that he's built throughout all these movies is so important to his character, and to write all that away would be just like such a wasted opportunity. I do think narratively it is kind of cool though that he would give up all that like in service of like, you know, saving the universe or whatever, but it's annoying for me as a viewer because I like his relationship with those characters. So, but yeah, I can understand if it's like whatever to you. This entire movie felt like a big whatever. At least to me. I'm sorry. I don't know. I mean, is this conversation giving you a new perspective, or, you know, like what?
Every conversation we have gives me a new perspective.
Okay. That makes me happy.
Like I do think the movie is worse now that we had this conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I also wanted to talk about, I rewatched all these movies. I rewatched the Tobey Maguire movies, The Amazing Spider-Man, and the Tom Holland ones. The Tom Holland ones, and I guess Marvel movies in general, because this is like a Marvel thing. This isn't just like a Spider-Man thing. They have jokes that work in the setting of a movie theater, but not in the setting of like your home when you're sitting down, you know? Like when he like comes and he like, you know, sticks his hand on the wall and like crawl, and he's like crawl. Like you watch that at home by yourself, it's really awkward. It's really weird. It's not really funny. I think the best way to describe it.
Hold on, let me give you some context on that.
Okay.
I thought that was funny because that's what me and my brother, my two brothers, that's what we do all the time. We'd be like, I'd be like, you'd be like, man, you're a bitch. I'd be like, I'm a bitch. Like you seriously do that, and it's like a meme within us, you know.
Okay.
But I thought that was funny that it was like on the fucking screen, but
Okay.
like generally like that, I would say the same thing he said.
Okay.
Crawl. Like, I would literally say that. So that's why it's funny to me, but I see what you mean.
Yeah.
It's like these jokes aren't funny. It's just they get laughs in theaters because all the hyped up fans think anything these people say are funny and they deserve that.
Exactly.
The theater, literally anything these people said.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. It was kind of annoying. The claps were undeserved. I feel like it was
so undeserved, bro.
Yeah.
I hate that shit. I don't care if you cheer, oh Toby or Andrew, that's cool. Like, oh Green Goblin, you know, I don't care if you cheer for that.
Yeah.
Oh Doc Ock, that's my favorite character. Like, okay, that's cool. If you it's like if I go watch a Dragon Ball movie and like Goku says like some dumb shit, I'm not gonna start clapping. You know, I love Goku. You know,
right? I think you should just do it when it's appropriate. When the scene. I mean, I guess everybody has a different interpretation, and some people find some things that are funny, and some people think some things that are cool that like aren't really that cool. When sometimes the movie is waiting for you to clap, like when Doc Ock, when he's like, boom, breaking the bridges, and then his arm comes out of the smoke, it wants you to clap for that, right? It wants you to clap when all the music cuts out and you hear the Green Goblin bomb go boop boop boop, like it wants you to go, woo, Green Goblin, yeah. But when when Tobey Maguire. I don't know. I think there are some moments where people get a little bit out of hand, and they think, I'm gonna make people clap now. I'm gonna clap, and everyone else is gonna stop clapping. And you got that one guy like, whoa, that was really good, right? And everyone's like, shut up, guy. Like, so it happens sometimes. I don't know. I think
it's not like anime movies in theaters because like there it's like everyone's in sync.
Yeah.
It's like Goku went Ultra saying, ah!
Yeah. Yeah. I feel that.
Here, it's like the two people, because I was in the middle of like two people, because the tickets everything sold out. The dude next to me was like, oh my God, why are these people laughing? I was like, I know, right? And then the dude left to me was like, they're clapping for that? I was like, dude, I don't know. I was like,
yeah.
Like, and bro, like for example, when Jamie Foxx was like, "Oh, I would have thought you were black," and all these white people,
that was they said that for the movie theater. Imagine watching that shit at home. Imagine how weird that would be to hear him say that.
You're from Queens and you help poor people. I thought you would have been black.
It's like, so weird. They said that for us, man.
Like, and then when they did the Miles Morales thing, there might be a black. I was like, okay, that's cool. People behind me.
Holy shit, that's so bad.
I'm like, bro, Miles Morales had like a shitty game. Like, don't fucking cheer for that guy. I should be cheering, not you. I should be cheering.
Yeah. Miles Morales. Miles Morales had the better movie. But that stuff, watching this movie at home, it's not going to be the same. And in my opinion, if your movie is only good in the context of a movie theater, then your movie is not that, I don't know. I judge a movie as like, I feel like movies can be good as movie theater experiences and like when you're at home, right? Like I feel like Dragon Ball Super Broly is funny as fuck. It's funny and like crazy and cool, even if you're watching it at home. I don't feel that way about the Marvel movies. I feel like, do you remember when Martin Scorsese was like, you know, Marvel movies are theme park rides, right? Like I feel that way with all these movies, especially with this one. But you know, if we're judging it as just a theme park ride, and we're not judging it as like a movie, we're just judging it like as you go to the movies and you go, woo, woo, oh my God. it doesn't even do that as good as the other Spider-Man movies or as good as Infinity War or Dragon Ball, because like you said, some of the twists are lame. You know, a theme park, a roller coaster's twists and turns and ups and downs, and some of them are lame. Yeah. Some of the ups and downs and twists and turns are stupid. The Andrew Garfield one, it's like, oh, okay. Like when you react to something like that in a movie, that's the roller coaster going, boom, isn't that crazy? And you're like, no. It's like, that's terrible. That's not the intention of a roller coaster, you know? This movie fails as a roller coaster. It fails as a theme park movie. And I think theme park movies are inherently less interesting than movies. But like, if you're being a theme park movie and you're not even doing good at that, then like, what are you doing? Nothing. Fan service.
Right.
Yeah. You know, those are the main things I think I wanted to say. I think I said all my shit.
Yeah.
And also this kind of story, Manny, when you close your eyes and you think Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, and Tom Holland are going to fight all the bad guys in the other Spider-Man movies, your imagination thinks of something so much cooler than what this movie is. Do you agree or disagree with that?
I totally agree.
When I heard that this movie was getting made, I'm like, this shit's going to be fire. And then when I think about it and I watch the trailers, I was like, they're not going to have any motivations. Doc Ock and all of them are going to come in and they're going to be like, who are you? And that's what the movie was. And it was just so chill. It was such a chill, laid back movie. It wasn't like high stakes and crazy, you know? Mm-hmm. These characters coming together was in service of nothing besides fan service. When the characters in Avengers come together, they come together so that they can fight a greater threat. They don't just come together and it's like, oh my God, look, they're together. It's like, oh my God, they're together and they have to fight this bad guy. The only reason they're together is because you need them all to be together in order to fight this like crazy like antagonist. And this movie was just they're together just for the sake of being together. Just because Tom Holland's a fucking idiot. That's why. You know?
Yeah.
And Doctor Strange, kinda. How could Doctor Strange let that shit fly? Oopsie, I broke the multiverse. My bad. Like, Dr. Fate would never do that. Would he ever pull some shit like that? Like, come on.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Bro, that's so funny. Whoops. My bad, guys.
I broke the time-space continuum. Oopsie. I made a boo-boo in time. Yeah, I think this movie is very disposable. I feel like if this movie didn't exist, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I feel like I like the idea of Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire and all the bad guys being in like a movie together, but I wish that it was something of grander scale. You know, I thought that like maybe it would lead to like a Sinister Six kind of thing because Venom was also there, so maybe they would all fight them all at the same time and they'd like to try to take over the world. Or I know it sounds cheesy and stupid, but like I want the bad guys to feel motivated to be bad. I didn't feel like they really had a motivation to be bad. Sandman changed his fucking mind at the end of the movie. He's like, I have no reason to be mad at you guys, but fuck you. I want to go home. It's like, dude, if you want to go home, like, let us do our thing. Like, you fucking idiot.
Dude, it's so dumb, bro. Like,
yeah,
that shit made no fucking sense.
It didn't.
I want to go home. Yo, I'm trying to let you go home, bro.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
You know?
Because it didn't matter. Mm-hmm. Tobey Maguire is here.
Yeah. I know.
Like that's it, bro.
That's it.
We spent all our time not on writing the movie. No. We spent our time dodging COVID protocols and getting Tobey and Garfield on set.
Dude, do you know how like Ready Player One and like Space Jam: A New Legacy, people like complain about those movies being like just fan service, like, oh look, it's that property that you like, oh look, a lot of people criticize those movies for being fan servicey movies and nothing more, and I think it's completely fair to say the same for this movie. I don't feel like the story is justified. If you're gonna have people cross over, you gotta justify it. It has to be. The novelty of having them just cross over for the sake of crossing over is not going to cut it in the third movie in a trilogy where you want to kill a major character like Aunt May and you want to make him go through this major arc. If this was like a filler movie and they just were honest about like, yeah, this movie doesn't really mean anything, but it's fun, so like just accept it, then I would be okay. But this movie does have a lot of significance. It does mean a lot. It's like the ending of his arc. This is like his origin story, and it sucks. It's stupid. It's so... I'm being so real when I say this. I wish that Aunt May died, and this arc for Spider-Man to like want to kill like the person that killed Aunt May. I wish that they just introduced a new bad guy and didn't do the crossover thing. I wish it was just like a new guy like Mysterio or Vulture, or like just a new Spider-Man like villain for like just one bad guy. When fucking there are so many stories where a bad guy kills a friend of the main character and the main character's anger is justified because that bad guy is fucked up for doing that. But when Green Goblin kills Aunt May, it's like his evil side, right? And it's like, it's not even Willem Dafoe's like the good side. Like, oh, I didn't even mean to do that. So Tom Holland, like, I'm going to kill you. It's like, dude, if you want to kill him, cure him, and the evil part will go away and the good side will stay. Does Tom Holland's empathy just erase, like it doesn't feel, it feels stupid. It feels like Tom Holland would not do that. It doesn't feel like Spider-Man would do that. Spider-Man would never kill anyone out of vengeance unless he was wearing the black spider suit, which is the whole point of that story, where it's like, yeah, Spider-Man would never do this unless there was some artificial thing making him like more evil. And that's what makes that story cool, where it's like, he's trying to fight his like urges and he's like, no, and he like rips it off. It's so forced,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. The two characters I wanted to see the most were Doc Ock and Green Goblin, and they were barely in the movie. Doc Ock turned into a good guy. That made me very sad. I was like, damn, I wanted to see like a big fight with Doc Ock, but I didn't even get that. The fight at the end is a joke. I don't even remember it. Like, I don't even remember. Yeah, I got nothing else. That's it.
I ain't got nothing.
Yeah. Fucking 5 out of 10. It's closer to a 4 than it is to a... Should I give it a 4? I'm going to give it a 4. It's a 4. It's a 4 out of 10.
I'm going to give it like a 6.
All right. Yeah. And just for reference, I think the first Spider-Man Tobey Maguire movie is the best one. That's my favorite. I think that one's great. That one is a 7 out of 10. And yeah. So that's Spoopy Boy. The biggest movie of the year. Everyone loves it. Oh no, did he freeze? Uh-oh. Oh no, Manny, did your phone die? Hello?
Hello, part 2.
Yeah, yeah, part 2. Did your phone die?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess that's all we got.
So, Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spoopy.
Spider. Want to talk about what's next?
Yeah. So Kaguya is going to be next, and we want to save the last 3 for the final.
You want to save the last 3, because we can do like 2-2. Or you can do
I was going to do 2-2. If we do 2-2, we're gonna do Kaguya and Castle in the Sky. Those are the 2 we're gonna do, and then we'll save Wind Rises and Grave of the Fireflies for like the big Chungus finale. Yeah,
I'm happy with that.
Okay, so Kaguya and Castle in the Sky, and we don't have to do a third one. Yeah, we don't have to. I have some ideas, but we can
let's hold on that
okay.
Because once this Ghibli thing stops, there's a lot of things I need to catch up. I need to catch up on Demon, Jobless. I need to watch The Witcher.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you haven't started The Witcher yet?
No.
Okay.
I've been like, all my free time has been on the movies.
Gotcha. Wow, you don't have you haven't had a lot of free time.
Nah, it's because usually I'd watch these movies at work. And because of my morning shift, the free time's not there,
Right.
Night shift, I would have that time sometimes.
Fuck. Oh, it's so annoying. Why can't you just be on the night shift? That's so fucking stupid that they shift you like that. That's annoying as hell.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Kaguya, Castle in the Sky.
Yeah, those are the two.
I feel like this time I'm gonna let you know when I'm done rather than set a date.
Okay.
I've been postponing a lot, and I don't want to keep doing that.
Okay.
So I'll just let you know.
All right. Yeah, I'll be ready whenever. Like whenever we pick movies, I don't know. I always meet. I usually meet the deadline, at least when it comes to watching it. I always watch it beforehand. I always try to get them out of the way as soon as possible. Like whenever I watch TV, they're the first things I watch, the movies. I don't really do anything in between, except like when I have to go to work. So yeah, you just tell me when. We have this one will come out like in the middle of January. So we have a lot of time if we want to do this like weeks from now. So no pressure. Take your time. It's holiday season anyway, so we're probably going to be more busy now. Yeah. So. And
I want to show you some too.
Yeah, go ahead.
I bought a book.
Whoa! What is that? I've never seen that before.
An actual book. No manga.
Real book. Whoa. What? Why did you buy that book? Is it? Talk to me. It just looks cool.
I've seen people talk about this book on TikTok, right?
Oh.
Interesting. It's like a semi-biography about this dude who feels like he's no longer human.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the book, this is what I'm hearing from other people. I haven't started yet, but his experiences, daily life, with like dealing with depression, like he feels so out of touch with like society. He doesn't feel like a human. It's about shit like that. And it's actually a Japanese book.
Oh wow!
And I think it's like the second highest Japanese book selling of all time.
Whoa.
Something like that. It's really popular. And it came out like in the 40s. So yeah, I'm interested. No, a book. It's crazy.
I know it is.
I read books since high school, like, and those were forced on me. Now I'm like willingly like gonna read this book about depression.
Have you started it yet?
No.
Okay. I've wanted to get back into books, but I haven't. I got really far into one book and then I just kind of dropped it. But I would love to do books. They take up a lot of time though. And
yeah, I'm ready for it. But I just randomly like flipping pages. It says, this dude says, "To die, I must die. Living itself is a source of sin." I can't wait to read this one.
Holy shit! Wow.
And he's talking about God too. Oh my god! I can't wait to read this.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, you're no longer human.
Okay.
I'll finish it and I'll give you a review.
Wow, cool. I'll be anticipating when you finish. I think it's really cool that you're reading a book.
I like the cover too.
I know it is a really intriguing cover. It's very
no longer human. On you, my memories,
No longer human after watching fucking No Way Home. No longer away home. Yeah, that's dope though. When did you get that book?
See, look, all this Japanese shit.
Wow, that's cool.
Am I a weeb for reading a Japanese novel?
Yes, I would say yeah. If it was an English novel, would you read it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would be less inclined to read it if it was in English. Like if it came from an English person. It being Japanese would give me more of an inclination like, oh, it's Japanese. Like, I'll check this out.
Yeah. Interesting, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll give you a thorough review.
Yeah, please do.
I might start crying watching this shit.
Do you feel like reading is hard for you? Like, I don't know if you've read anything since high school, but like for me, I tried to read Dune. I tried to read other books, and it requires a degree of like focus that I don't think movies or video games really ask of you. It's harder. It's harder than I remember. I mean, it was hard in high school, which is why I fucking looked everything up on SparkNotes. But like, you know, it's difficult. You gotta really be invested. You gotta really like the book and like be into it. I feel like reading books is like watching like boring movies, and it's like you either get it or you don't. And it's most of the time I don't get it. With Dune, I had to like reread the first chapter like 3 times, and then I was like, okay, let me not even try. This is too much for my small pea brain. So, good luck with that.
Yeah, with this, it's about 170 pages.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to get something too long.
Mm-hmm.
So, and like just looking at like just the text.
Right.
The text is not like taking over the whole page, you know.
Right. Yeah.
So, in all actuality, it's probably like really like 130 pages, right?
Yeah.
So,
mm-hmm.
so not too long of a book.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'll gain new insight on this topic, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm a weeaboo, you know.
Japan. I'm really excited for when we get to movies that focus on that kind of stuff. I mean, I don't know. Kiki's was kind of like that for me.
I was gonna tell you. I'm going to rewatch. Not rewatch. I'm going to watch all of the Matrix too.
Oh, you're gonna do that this week, like or soon, or
it depends. Depends when they take off the 4th one from HBO. Whenever they take, I gotta see when if they take it off, like
it's like, usually 30 days.
Yeah, so like I'm probably gonna watch them all in January.
Okay. All right. Well, we can save it for later then, because I am gonna watch all of them like this week. I'm gonna watch them all now. Yeah, and then I'll watch the Animatrix, which will be fun. I was gonna make the Animatrix a 3rd one, but I don't know if watching the Animatrix is like you can only watch it after you watch all 3, or if you gain more value after watching all 3. Like, I don't know. I'd have to.
I was gonna write down. Let me write this shit down. The Castle in the Sky. And Castle isn't the sky. That's crazy. Castle in the Sky. Kaguya. All right.
Okay.
And after those 2, we rank. Then we move on with our lives.
Yeah, we move on with our lives and watch.
I don't
know.
Paprika.
Yeah, Paprika.
That's the first movie I want to see that's non-Ghibli.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the Satoshi Kon movies, man. That's gonna be fun. I got a lot, bro. I got a lot in the backlog that I am excited to show you.
Have you seen Paprika?
Yeah, I've seen Paprika.
Yeah.
That's going to be a very good discussion. It's a really good like talking movie to talk about. I feel like there are a lot. Have you seen
Paranoia Agent?
I watched 5 episodes, but I was watching it on Adult Swim weekly, and I was like, I would rather binge this. So I stopped watching it because I didn't enjoy it. But from what I had seen, I was like, this is probably fire, but number 1, it's kind of big brain, so I need to like take notes, and number 2, I need to binge it. So I know that you had a mixed reaction last time we mentioned it, but I'd love to talk about that. I don't know if you'd love to rewatch it, but I'd love to talk about that.
Interesting.
Yeah. From
Paranoia
what I
Agent.
saw, it wasn't bad.
It is a fucking big brain show.
Yeah.
Not even because like what happens within the show is like only a big brain would watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
'Cause it's like what the show is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
I
just
agree.
talking.
Yeah. That's going to be interesting. That's one that I want to watch because I feel like it would be fun to talk about. Like, even if it's not fun to watch, like, it would be fun to, like, discuss.
There's something there.
Yeah.
What? I forgot the dude. The kid's name was
Little Slugger. That's what they called him. I don't know. Maybe he had, like, a real name later on, but they called him Little Slugger in the beginning.
Smack killing people and shit. I remember episode. I remember he did something in the show that was like such
Crazy.
a big brain thing, and I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah. We'll watch it. We'll watch it eventually. But when does Jobless end? Do you know? I need to get started on that.
Didn't winter start today?
Winter anime?
Yeah. No, like didn't the winter season start today?
I guess I don't know. Maybe. So I don't know when the winter season starts. A lot of anime have already started though. Like Demon Slayer already started. Fucking what's his face? Comey already started. Comey Can't Communicate.
I saw the first episode of that.
I read the first volume of the manga and I really liked it, but it's not something I want to watch the anime for.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to use Funimation to watch Jobless.
Well, now I won't watch it. That is a deal breaker for me. Like, I don't care if my favorite show is on Funimation. Like, I will straight up not watch it if it's if it's on Funimation. That's like I'm being so serious. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to ask you. Among Us. How's Among Us?
Among Us.
Yeah. How's that going?
Hold on. I think Jobless has one more episode to go.
Okay.
If they're doing 12, so
Gotcha.
I can't wait to watch it. But Among Us, fucking, it's cool. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like playing against PC players, there is a disadvantage playing on controller.
Really?
Because like the game doesn't let you change the cursor sensitivity, so it's like really slow. But looking past all that, it's still fun.
Mm-hmm.
Because I actually use Discord now to get in chats.
Right.
So I got like I got me, this dude. I got like 4 people that I play with.
Mm-hmm.
And we would go in Discord chats, and we would play there.
Right.
And the game is fun depending on the chat. You know, it's like
Exactly. Yeah.
some people don't care.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some people just going. Well, I remember we was playing. This dude kept joining. He's like, he had a George Floyd profile picture. He was like, you have to support BLM. Shit like that. That happened one time, but the other lobbies, like, people are just so like annoying. People won't let you talk.
Yeah.
Got XQCs.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but there have been like great lobbies.
Right.
I say it's more fun than like annoying, but you get votes to kick, so.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been cool. It's been fun.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, all those things that you're saying were very reflective of my experience. Oh man, I had a really bad experience where like I brought someone that from work, like I was like, yo, you want to play Among Us? Like when I get home, and he was one of those people that would like be like comically racist like on the mic, and I'm like, oh my god, what have I done? Like it's so embarrassing because like I invited him to play, and then he like no one knew that he was associated with me, but like it made me feel bad because he was just being an asshole, and then
it's also like some people just get salty. They don't mute their mic.
Yeah,
they're like that. Some people just and this is aside from that. Some people are just like when you join a lobby, like with 9 people, it's like those 9 people have been playing already. They already established like kind of like a friendship within each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you join fresh, it's like they don't like respect the shit you say. It's like like there's always this 5-head big brain dude in the lobby. He's like, well, the lights went off, you went left, I went down. So then you went into the cafeteria. So it has to be you. And it's like, it's not you. And like they just all insta vote you. It's like, okay. And you tell him like, yeah, bro, you know that shit made no sense. And he's like, okay, bro, like, all right, I got that one wrong, bro. Like the last game I got the dude like, all right, bro. You're not exclusive, bro. Relax.
When you played it on PS4 and you weren't doing it on Discord, were you getting a similar experience? Because I would express like that with me, but when you talked about it before, you were like you really only had like positive things to say.
See, that's when we played on PS4. I played with 10 people. We was in a lobby with people I know.
Yeah.
I knew all of them. I played with Brendan, Keandrew, cousins, brothers, friends. I knew everyone.
Okay.
And that made it more fun, because like, how would Keandrew react? You know, we all know how Keandrew react. You know.
Yeah, that is pretty fun.
So, it was fun.
Yeah.
Randoms, it could be fun, could be gay, but it's fun most of the time.
I love when you call things gay. That's so funny. Oh man.
I'm gonna get canceled.
On the last episode, we were talking about like Dave Chappelle. I don't know if you recognize the comedy and like the irony in your statement, but we were talking about like, yo, like, yeah, Dave Chappelle like will get canceled for saying faggot, and then you were like, ah, oh, that's so gay. That is like comedy gold. That's so funny. I thought that was hilarious. But your delivery of it, it's like you didn't even realize like how the fire shit that you were saying.
I definitely didn't.
Dude, it was fucking hilarious. Cause that's just something you say. You just say that all the time. I thought that was very funny. Holy shit.
It's funny because I used to, back in the day, like everyone used to always say that, like, bro, that's so gay, bro. You know, any minor inconvenience. Now I only say that when it's like a major, like, inconvenience. Bro, that's so gay, bro. Like, yeah, it's so funny.
I think saying things are gay is really funny.
It is funny. It's never not going to be funny, because we've been saying that shit for years.
Yeah, it's part of like our vocabulary. It's really hard to like just write it off. And it was never in disrespect to gay people. Like when you say that,
I know, right?
It's not referring to like I mean, I guess in a very tangential way it is, but like it's not directly like that's bad because it's like homosexual. It's just like the word that we use.
I know, and even if you like the way you explained it, they'd be like, "Nah, bro,
it's still offensive." Yeah, exactly. I mean,
I didn't know if you were gonna catch that one.
It's like the N-word, you know. It's like no one really means it in that way. So if people don't,
my god, man.
Yeah.
You on?
I mean, what were you gonna say? Like,
dude, me and my boy, we got banned on Discord for 6 hours for saying nigga.
In Among Us?
We got banned on Discord for 6 hours.
How does that work? Elaborate.
Dude, this moderator joined our lobby.
When you said the N-word, what was the context?
It was I was on the phone. I was like, yo, it was good, my nigga.
He banned you for saying that?
Yeah. He banned both of us.
For saying it to each other? In like a nice way?
Yeah.
What was your response? Like, I'm black? No.
Dude, you get immediately banned. Like, he didn't give us a chance to like, bro, you can tell we're having a friendly conversation. No one in the lobby has a problem. and here you are, just like banning.
Did you
people,
talk with any of the people in the lobby afterwards, or did they message you like?
No,
DM?
because I just got off.
That's
Like,
so
because
stupid.
you can't talk to them when you're banned. So then I was like, oh, you get banned, you can submit a ticket. I was like, okay, I submitted a ticket, and it was like, what happened? And I was like, I got banned for saying the N-word soft. I was like, it was like, this isn't the dude that banned me. This is someone else. And they're like, well, look at our rules. You can't say the N-word in any type, any form. I was like, okay.
This is why I'm not in any Discords besides one that I have with like people that watched me when I was in high school, like watch my streams. I have one Discord and that's the only one I'm in. And there's like 2 people that talk in it. I hate shit like that, man. I fucking hate shit like that. When you try to police like people like in a chat room, it's almost impossible. You're gonna make mistakes, you know?
Dude, it's like, bro, like, shut up. Like, why did you fucking like, bro, you're really a moderator. Like, you're really a moderator going around just like banning people on like Among Us.
Yeah,
like, that's insane, bro.
That's a meme where people like to make fun of Discord moderators. Like, oh, this is what you do. This is how you spend your time.
In real life. Like, I can relate to the meme. I can never relate. I never use Discord. Now, I use Discord for 1 week. I get banned.
Maybe, yeah, maybe, I don't know. I understand that like your 10 friends, like Brendan and everybody are probably busy, but that's probably the best setting for like an Among Us kind of game with people that you know, people that you love, and playing with randoms is so. It's the thing is, bad.
Like we went on the next day. They didn't stop us. Mm-hmm. Saying nigga this, nigga that. You know? Nigga, you're sus.
Especially if the other people in your chat aren't upset about it. So it's like, yeah. Like, who cares?
You see my profile picture. I'm black.
Yeah, exactly. What?
I sound black. And like, it's not like, it's like I didn't call it someone a bitch ass nigga. Like,
I know.
They know what nigga means. Like,
yeah.
They act so oblivious. Like, oh, the N-word, bro. Like, shut up, bro.
It's really annoying. I hate people. I had a moment like that on like Twitter where someone was just really like enforcing their perspective onto others, and it just kind of really pissed me off. Because it's just not taking into account other people's perspectives. So stupid. You know, seeing something like that, having something like that happen to you, it's such an easy thing to like for me at least, it brings me down like very easily. Like, it's like, how could you do that, bro?
Well, you could have just been like, yo, bro, stop saying that, bro. I would have been, who the fuck are you? I didn't know it was a fucking mod. You look at the mod list, the dude's right there. It's like,
yeah.
What the fuck? Yeah. You didn't like get like, bro, like, can just tell me a warning? Like, I'm not saying it. And it's not like I said faggot, bro.
Yeah.
It's not like I called someone a faggot. Oh, you voted for me, you're a faggot, bro. It's like, that did not happen, bro.
Yeah.
The game ended casually speaking to another black man.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, dude, this is so gay.
So are you still gonna play Among Us, like with randoms and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I still play. That happened like last week.
Okay.
That happened like probably like Monday.
Yeah.
That happened like Thursday last week.
Mm.
So.
Yeah, that's the stuff that gets me to not. That's the stuff that makes me anxious to like talk to people in general. When stupid shit like that happens on Discord, it makes me like. I've talked about this so much when we talk about movies, even with Kiki's. Like, it's like, how the fuck can someone do that to someone else? Like, how can someone be like that thoughtless? How can you just be so like head empty in a moment like that? You know, it makes me lose faith. It makes me not want to make videos. It makes me not want to like open up my Discord up again to other people. It makes me just want to be alone.
Yeah. But another dude, this is a random guy. The dude said he said retard.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you voted for me, you're a retard type of deal, right? and this dude was like, "Bro, stop saying that. Like, that's like you're like stop saying that. It's so offensive. Can we kick him out?" And the dude was just like, "Bro, you're like 36 years old and you're getting offended by retarded." And I started laughing.
Holy shit!
And then like he's like, "Can we vote to kick him out?" And like no one voted to kick him out.
Dude.
He's like, "I don't know why." Like games like he's like, "I don't know why he's still in here. He's saying the R word." I'm like, anyway, I thought Ali was the guy. He was like, the body's in electrical, bro. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
How do you deal with that? Do you just like? I can't deal with that. I literally cannot tolerate people like that. I feel like I interact with people like that in the real world and in online. It's insufferable. I can't handle it. It's terrible. I hate shit like that, man.
Yeah. Well, GG's.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think. Get in the shower.
All right.
This is another great episode.
Yeah, another solid one. I enjoyed the things I watched, and even the ones I didn't enjoy. I have fun making fun of them. All right, so next week it's just gonna be Castle in the Sky and Kaguya. All right.
Yeah.
I will see you next week, buddy.
All right, bro.
Or whenever you want.
Yeah,
to do it.
yeah.
All right.
Bro, every time I postpone it, I get like mad. I'm like, I know like your schedule and shit. I'm like, dude, I'm probably fucking. That's why like I hit you up as early as I can. I don't like wait till it's like time to go and I'm like, I can't do it. I try to hit you up early as possible. I'm like, fuck. I hate doing that shit, bro. But.
Okay. I appreciate the consideration because this is like the last possible minute I could have done it. If we didn't do it today, we'd have to wait till like after Christmas. I wouldn't be able to do it like till then. So yeah, just whenever you're available, just give me the day. It's easy for me because my schedule is very set and I have a lot more free time than you. So it's a lot easier for me. But yeah, I don't worry about it. Just let me know on the next one. All right. All right.
See you later.
See ya, Manny. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.